Hi everyone, welcome back to Dark Souls. I am in Undead Burg, not Undead Parish, as I believe I mistakenly have said a few times. Yeah, I guess it's time to continue. And let's avoid those firebomb guys, because they can actually hurt you if you're not careful. Now, you'll want to be quick here, because as you saw, there is a guy that just totally barged through the door. Oh, I actually did get the battle axe. Interesting. How good is this? Where is it? It's there. Oh, it is probably better. You know what? I'll stick with this for a while. I don't love the slow run. Or not slow, the slow roll, I mean. Oh. Okay, yeah, be careful, because apparently they can hit you there. I did not remember that. Okay, yeah, let's be careful. Now, let's go in here, because there's a hollow right here. And he is not cool. There's another one right here, and we can just kind of, oops, unless it kills us first. We can take care of him. Now, in here is a quite important chest, actually. Well, I say quite important. It's not really important at all. But you'll want to get this, though. It's got black fire bombs. Just like the starting gift, if you got those. It's basically a fire bomb, but stronger. Now, this guy will actually throw fire bombs at you, so you'll want to take care of him first. Of course. Because, yeah, you don't want to... There we go, you even got one. Yeah, you don't want to get hit from, you know, a distance. Oh my god, I just sneezed there. Now let's kick... Well, actually, you know what? Okay, fine. I kick this guy off. But if you don't kick these guys off, but actually try to kill them, if you're lucky, they will actually drop their fire bombs. So these are the guys that we saw who were throwing fire bombs. There you go. Down that bridge, which is where we came from. So you can see right in there is where the bonfire is. Let's drop down here. Now let's, you know what, we could open that door with the residence key we just got, but I want to go up here first because there's a guy here that can hurt you if you're not careful. What does this say actually? Beanpole? Okay. I like how it had like a 101 rating as well. I'm about to sneeze again. Oh my god. Okay, so you could open that door with the master key. But it's still good to get the residence key, like I said. Gold pine resin is something that will add lightning damage on top of the regular damage you do with your weapon. So some enemies are strong, or are weak to lightning damage. Especially one coming up. So it's good that they put that there. It's very kind of them. So yeah, Dark Souls is not all, you know, just evil video game producers who want to ruin your life. Except with that guy right there. They do actually help you though. Sometimes. This guy. Let's see if we can backstab him. That's what you'll want to do. Because they're annoying. And difficult. And I was not fast enough. Ow. So yeah, you want to, before you actually tackle this guy, you'll want to take care of all the enemies. Including the, well, the crossbow wielder. Up there. Because this guy is not fun. Definitely the strongest enemy that's not a boss that we've faced so far. This is a Black Knight, one of Gwyn's Black Knights. You can actually cheese him. So because we killed the firebomb guys, we can go up, move up this ladder, and no one will get us from here. Because this guy can't actually climb ladders. He's very weak in that regard. But the best way to deal with him is... I mean... Oh, okay, he got staggered there. That's lucky. But I would go for some backstabs. Try parrying as well if you're good at that. Because his attacks can be parried, at least some of them. Oh my god. Yeah, you don't... What was that ragdoll effect on that hollow? That was insane. How much that just flew out there. Yeah, so this guy, as you can tell, he has a sword. Ow. And a weapon. And and a shield. That's one of the Black Knight weapons that I mentioned in the Asylum Demon bio. A very strong weapon. It usually requires quite good stats. Now, they might not necessarily drop it, but if you're lucky and you want to use that weapon, it can be dropped by that Black Knight. But you'll have to beat him first, of course. And that's not easy. Now, because we died, that door will stay open, and this guy will just be here. So we know he's coming. He's just there a bit earlier. And let's hope we don't lose those souls, but I guess if we do, it's fine. Just try not to die if you can avoid it. I guess this guy really wanted to follow us, huh? Okay, let's try this again. Now, because this is very typical of Dark Souls, you'll die and you'll respawn and you'll hope to get your souls back, and sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. Because of that, I won't like cut out too much backtracking, because it's very typical. It's a very typical Dark Souls experience to have that happen to you. And also, I'm not gonna be that anal about the editing. I'm just gonna, you know, do shit. Okay, hang on. Okay. Ooh, wow, that hurt. Ow. Oh my god, are you serious? Oh, don't. Okay, I guess I did pick up my soul, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, you survived that? I did not think so. Okay. Right, well, I'm out of Estus now. And I can't remember what I said in the last episode compared to this, well, this one. Because I tried recording this part again, or once earlier, and I made some grave recording mistakes, so I had to redo it. Yeah, you do not want to roll backwards the way I'm doing. Honestly, you'll be vulnerable, so be careful about that. I'm just being, like, bad at the game when I'm doing that. Because when you're vulnerable, much like when enemies, like, jump backwards and you do a ton of damage to them, you will take a lot more damage when you're rolling backwards and they manage to hit you. So if you're lucky, you'll, you know, be spared by the invisibility frames from the roll, but sometimes, a lot of the time, you just get hurt. Okay, let's see. Okay, we did get a backstab. And we did actually do a decent chunk of damage. So let's try this again. There aren't a whole lot of these enemies, these Black Knights. And this one won't actually respawn. But because there are... Oh, I guess I'll say this now. There's a better example of this coming up very soon, but enemies that don't respawn, if there's a fixed number of them, rather, they will always drop a weapon they're using so that you're not, like, locked out of using one for whatever reason. Because they didn't drop it, basically. Now, most of the Black Knights you encounter will not respawn. However, because there are Black Knights in the game that do respawn, you are not guaranteed a drop of a weapon. I mean, if you're lucky, you can get it anyway. But we'll see. Okay, let's not do that because it's very silly of me to be that careless. Come on. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's just be patient. Circle around him and hope for a backstab. Shoot. Okay, again, that backstab was very careless of me. Oh, now? Yeah. Easy backstab. That should do it, actually. And we did get the Black Knight sword. What the hell? That's very lucky. Now, let's look at the stats, though. You do need quite high strength and dexterity to wield it, but it is very good, and it scales just as well as the battle axe scales. I'll see if I'll use it. I haven't really considered putting points into dexterity at all, but if it means being able to use the Black Knight sword, I might do it. I don't know. The battle axe is a lot easier to get though. Blue Tearstone Ring. This is what that knight is guarding basically. It boosts defense while HP is low. It's not as useful as a similar ring that boosts attack while HP is low, because if your HP is low and you can't heal, I mean, just dodge, because if you're gonna get hit, you're probably gonna die if your HP is low. I mean, it's not a terrible ring. Obviously, it's not useless, but there are better rings. No, that, like, Donkey Kong hollow right there, that barrel I think can be avoided if you just roll past it. However, like rolling past it without actually getting hit at all is very difficult. Now we might be hearing ourselves, but there are actually hollows up there that we might hear. There's a bunch of barrels here, and I did ignore the first like floor of barrels there, but there is a reason I'm interested in this one, and that is because there's an enemy here, and you'll want to kill it quickly if you can. It will run away, but if you manage to kill it, it'll drop a Titanite chunk and Twinkling Titanite, which is great for leveling up or reinforcing certain weapons. Okay, so we did just enter a fog gate, and there is a bridge here. But like I said, there are hollows up there, and there's a ladder here. So let's go up here and take care of these hollows before we do anything else. Because quite obviously there's about to appear a boss. And you want to not have to deal with those guys. It's actually good to remember that ladder. But let's apply some gold pine resin. Let's dual wield this thing as well and just like run. And as soon as you see him, and it's time for a new boss. So this is the Taurus Demon, and it doesn't have too many weaknesses, only lightning really, which is why you have the gold pine resin right before it. He might drop the Demon's Great Axe if you're lucky. He has a slight bit more hit points than the Asylum Demon, but nothing too crazy. And by now, maybe you'll have a stronger weapon and better stats. His attacks are quite many, actually. The jumping attack is what it sounds like, and he will do it if there's a bit of range. He will just, like, lunge towards you and strike his hammer down vertically. The standing smash is kind of similar, but he won't jump. He will just stand in his place and just again do a vertical smash downwards. You can just go around him. The horizontal swing is again what it sounds like, but it's not like too big a range, so you can just roll and avoid. Just try to time your invisibility frames or just roll backwards, since, I mean, if you roll to the side, he might hit you then. The quick round stab is a very short range attack, is what Dark Souls Wiki describes it as. And it's kind of similar to the standing smash, but it's more of a thrust than the smash. And the massive jump is what he will do if you stand on the platform to perform the plunging attack. Like the Sun Demon might destroy the platform, he's gonna do a massive jump and just jump on top of the tower. Run the other way. Run. You don't have to do this, but as if you remember from the Asylum Demon fight, If you get a plunging attack in, I mean, you'll do so much damage. So let's see if I manage it. Oh, look at that. Almost 500 points of damage. That's so good. Now, I want to... Oh, shit. Well, I died. Wow, I'm so good at this game, aren't I? Yeah, but he is weak to gold pine resin, as the bio will say as well. Okay, you know what? No, I should really deal with it. Ow. Where did you come from? Oh, were you from the other side of the bridge? Really? You're not in here, were you? Oh, you were in there. That's interesting. I didn't know you would, like, come here. Fascinating. Okay, really, I feel like I should have maybe, like, kindled that bonfire. Because having 5 Estes, considering how bad I am at this game... I mean, it's difficult, definitely. Now, the reason I'm going in there and killing those ones is maybe the guy in here won't follow you, but this guy actually can. So you'll want to get rid of him if you can. And you'll also want to go up there and deal with the firebombing guys on the roof right there, because they can also just go down and, like... Oh, there's a frenzy attack. That sucks. Okay, just don't kill me, thank you. Good, another firebomb. Now, preferably, like, if you're interested in getting all the items that you can, I would advise against... If you happen to die again to the Taurus Demon, I would advise against using all, like, every gold pine resin. If only because it'll help you get a certain item that is already quite annoying to get. There are several ways to get it. Well, by that I mean like 2. But still. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Although I did mention the Drake Sword earlier. In the previous episode, I think. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. Oh, that was a very quick roll, actually. Okay, there we go. Yeah, plunging attacks are so good. You know what? In fact, I will use that other gold pine resin. Now, if you die to this boss battle, unlike the Asylum Demon, he won't, like, just be there, so you'll get to do the same thing again. So I still advise that you do this again. You kill the archers right here, or the crossbow archers. And then you drop down here. And like I said before, you do exactly the same thing. This is quite a heavy weapon, isn't it? Yeah, it is a bit heavier. You know what? I don't need the crossbow equipped. I don't know why I have it equipped. I will equip this though. Alright, but come on. Let's do it again. He almost hit us last time because I ran a bit too close to him the first time. I mean, he didn't hit us, so it's fine. But be mindful of that. Like, he will run towards you, so... Okay, let's see if we don't die here now. But just like before, time your rolls well, and he shouldn't... If you have the gold pine resin especially, he shouldn't be too much of a problem. He still might be, and obviously there's no shame in dying to any enemy, like I said before. I hope I said so, because, I mean, Dark Souls is, you're meant to die a lot. So don't worry about it. Now we'll have that, okay, gold permission for like a second. But, right, so there's a bridge here with a bunch of enemies. But we'll want to go down here first, because we have a fan favorite character right here. Don't you dare attack him. I kind of look weird though, even if I don't look hollow. How don't I look hollow, honestly? Look at me. Is it because I'm blue? So, this is Solaire. And he is a fan favorite character for a few reasons. Look at him, he looks badass. Also, he will give you the, well, I guess we'll get it in a second. Let's say yes, because it's Solaire, and we always want to say yes to Solaire. Uh, 1 billion times yes. Right, white sign soapstone. This can be used if you're human and you're playing online. You basically put down your summon sign, and people can summon you and get your help. It's basically mainly used for boss fights, but I suppose you could put it down anywhere. But most of the summon signs you'll find are right by boss fog gates. Yeah, he loves the sun. Maybe I'm blinded by the sun, actually. Let's see. Let's just read these. Praise the sun. Praise the sun. And praise the sun. Awesome. Beautiful. Yeah, Solaire's great. I mean, you can attack him, but if you do, everyone will hate you forever and ever. And it's not worth it, because he's great, and you don't want to be mean to Solaire. Now, he will actually, if you're human, as well be there for certain boss fights as a spirit. So, like, you can be summoned. Oh yeah, be careful, because I didn't explain this, but you'll want to be careful there, because that Drake is annoying. Yeah, so like, you can put down your own summoning sign to help players against bosses, for example. A lot of NPCs can be summoned before a boss fight a lot of the time. You know what? Let's go for that Black Knight sword. Why not? It's not a very common drop, but because I got it, I might as well use it. Now, you're not as likely to use it, but you don't have to use the same stuff that I'm using, obviously. But I will put some points into that. Normally, I would advise against putting points into both dexterity and strength, unless you really do have a certain reason for that, like using a specific weapon. So this Drake will rest here, and he will, if you run on the bridge, he will spit fire at you, which is not nice. But if you wait for a while, he will eventually get bored. And he will, just give it a minute, he will drop down like this. And here is where the gold pine resin comes in. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I'm gonna fail. Oh no, oh, I did get it. Great, okay, good. I thought I was gonna fail for sure. Yeah, you'll want to put gold pine resin on whatever weapon you do and swing at his tail. Whatever weapon you use, not do. What am I talking about? My England is great. And then if you chop on his tail for long enough, it might just require like 1 hit or 2 hits or 3 hits, but it should hopefully only require a couple hits. you can get the Drake Sword, but it is quite tricky. Oh my god, stop it. Because obviously if you're not fast enough, he will basically kill you. Now, you didn't have to go this way, but let's open this gate. If you didn't know how to deal with that wyvern, let's go back and I can show that now that we don't have to worry about the Drake Sword anymore. I'll show you it in a minute. I just wanted to show you. Also, by the way, I didn't mention it, but yeah, this is a great shortcut that you'll want to activate. Now, because I slept at the other bonfire, it's not so relevant anymore, but it's still good to have. See, you didn't want to deal with the wyvern. You can go down this way, and you might encounter your very first, well, instance of becoming poisoned, which isn't too much fun, but it's a good lesson to learn. Not yet though, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Okay, let's heal. This hollow is very well placed for being kicked down if you can do it. There you go. You just need a slight angle. Okay, now here, there's a rat. Or there's actually a couple rats. There's actually a third rat. And they... Oh, the other one dropped. Haha, you suck. Yeah, so they can poison you. Like that. Which isn't too much fun. So it will drain your health for a while. Actually, until that bar goes down. In the... But yeah, by your character, basically. So let's heal so I don't die. You might get poisoned. I mean, if you die, it's fine. Just go back and get the souls. But that's why I wanted to do this first, so that I can just rest at this bonfire. Can I even level up? Oh yeah, no, I can't. This is, by the way, the Covenant thing is a new thing. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but that is new to Remastered. In the Prepare to Die version, or like the original version, if you didn't have the Prepare to Die version, you could not change covenants at the bonfire. But spoiler alert, there's a bunch of covenants, and you might want to switch around. Now, normally in the older games, you would have to like go to the NPC that added you to the covenant, and you would have to talk to them, and you would have to join it again, I think. But now in this one, you don't have to do any of that. This is another Black Knight, by the way, and this particular Black Knight has a very popular speedrunning weapon called the Black Knight Greatsword. And I'm not going to talk too much about speedrunning, but it is interesting sometimes, I think. This fight is a lot harder for a couple reasons. Firstly, because he has the Greatsword. Obviously, that's a much stronger weapon. But also, that particular platform is not very easy to fight on. So let's see if I can't deal with him by tricking him down here. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Another good excuse for doing this is if you happen to die, I mean, your souls will just appear right here. So you're not in too much of a risk of like losing your souls, because you'll basically get them as soon as you... as soon as you step up from the bonfire. Yeah, so that can definitely happen. But if you go the way I said, like I showed you with the rats and that, because we appear here, like we come up from here, this gate will normally be closed. That's why we opened it with this lever right here. So that's one of the reasons you might want to actually tackle the wyvern first. But that's really all there is to the wyvern. Just wait for it to come down. You can also shoot it with a projectile of some kind, and it'll be basically angered, and it'll fly down. But it's fine to just wait if you don't have like arrows and that. If you don't want to do that, there is another way of getting to get the Drake Sword, and that is to just go down to where I was with the rats and that, and just aim at the tip of the tail and shoot it with like a billion arrows, and eventually it'll cut it off. Because all you really have to do is damage the tail. You don't really have to do damage to the Drake otherwise. So that's the tedious way of doing it. The other way is the potentially hard way. But if you don't care too much about like whether you survive or not, just basically go at it at the tail, and you probably should get it, honestly. It shouldn't be too difficult to get as long as you get those few hits in. Oh, I might want to pick up those souls actually. Well, you know what? No, let's not. Let's be stupid. Okay, fine. I did lose those souls, but I just leveled up, so it's fine. I mean, if you lose 1,000 or a couple thousand souls, don't worry about it too much. You'll get them back eventually. Yeah, these will be my 0 souls. Okay, let's see if I do really want to... You know what? Let's take care of this guy first, in case I accidentally, like, aggro him somehow. Good. You can just ignore that guy. Obviously, like the first Black Knight, this knight is also completely optional. But that looks scary, so I do want to take care of this guy first anyway, even though he won't aggro at all. It's your choice completely if you want to fight it. I do want to fight him. Because he might give us the great sword, we never know. Let's see if I can like... Oh, I did parry him. Great. Okay, so you can actually parry that attack. Beautiful. Did you see how much damage that did, by the way? So good. Okay, that... I don't think it can parry that attack. Or that attack. I don't think it can parry that either. Could be wrong, but doesn't look like it could parry it. Like, how do you parry a sword that's basically stuck in the ground? I don't know. Oh, look at the strength of that attack, though. It's very dangerous. Also, if you're below him, that, like, smash towards the ground can still hit you even if you have your shield up. So, be careful. There he is. And I want to try the parry again. Okay, let's heal here though. Okay, bad idea. Never mind. Don't do that. Okay, just avoid that attack and hopefully I can backstab him. Good. And when he's on the ground, heal. Just in case. Ow. Ow. Man, I'm not good at this. It's so hard. Okay, heal, 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 heal. I really do want to beat him. There we go. That should do it, I think, right? Yeah. We didn't get his greatsword, but we got the Titanite chunk and 800 souls, so it's fine. We got back almost as many souls as I lost. Not quite, but nearly. Now, this way, if you can see, that gate over there is open right now. If you really wanted to, you could run past the whole thing, but that boar is not fun. Let's see if I can... I don't think so. I'm just gonna do what they want you to do. So, be careful. That boar is dangerous. He hasn't aggroed yet though, although it seems that this hollow is aggroed. Now, eventually, if you're here for too long, that hollow way in the back there will actually run behind the gate and close it. So you don't have too much time to actually skip a certain part. Now, there's no real reason to run past this part anyway, unless you just don't like this part. Like, you'll get some good items, you'll get some training. So, what you should really do is... Yeah, and I think the gate is actually already closed, so that's how easy that is to close that. Yeah, so you're probably not gonna get through, honestly. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it wasn't that hollow. Maybe it's a different hollow. Anyway, you'll want to run up here, take care of these. And did another hollow follow me? Yeah. You'll want to take care of this guy. And that boar is quite dangerous. He has a butthole. And by that I mean a hole in his armor very close to the anus, to the butt. And he's actually weak there, so you can try to hit him there if you want. But the way you're meant to do it is this way. He is actually kind of weak to fire. Now this alluring skull is, let's read it. A skull with meekly lingering souls, throat to shatter and spread souls to attract certain types of enemies. Souls are a concentration of life, and the life-starred hollows alert by its power, not effective for all enemies. However, this warthog, this boar, is very susceptible to this alluring skull. So if you throw it close to the fire, if you're lucky, he will take a lot of damage and might even get stuck there. Now we got really lucky. That is not easy. Okay, we actually didn't even manage to kill him like that. I mean, now he's almost dead. If it's a he. Now it's almost dead. That's very poorly aimed. I suck at the game. Let's see. Is he still gonna get hurt though? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's try this again. No, he did. Damn it. Okay, so I wasted an alluring skull. But that's honestly, that's the one place where I used this alluring skull. So I don't care that I'm wasting one. Okay, there's a hollow there. Interesting. That boar can drop its helmet, and it actually did drop the helmet on the previous attempt I had of recording this. Unfortunately, I didn't get it this time, but I did get the Black Knight sword, so honestly, I prefer that. Right, and when you've dealt with the boar, you can run down here without dealing with the boar, but obviously that's very, very dangerous, so you might as well try to kill the boar if you can. And it's, as long as you like aim your alluring skulls quite well. Honestly, aiming in this game isn't the easiest thing in the world to do, but if you do it properly, I mean, and you get a bit lucky as well. It's definitely a bit luck based, I'm not gonna lie about that. The boar will, it's actually called the fang boar, I think. The fang boar will get very hurt by the fire, if not die from it like it did in my case. And if it doesn't die, I mean, maybe you can drop down and deal the final blow. And if you like, you'll get a cool looking helmet that I didn't get. But there's one of the examples. So that boar won't reappear. It's gone for good, basically. There are a couple more boars in the game, though. So you're not guaranteed to get its helmet. But once you've killed the last boar, you'll have been guaranteed to get the boar helmet at least once. Or actually, maybe only once, sorry. You are guaranteed the boar helmet as long as you kill the boars in the game. One of them will drop it. Oh, what the hell? You didn't die from that? This is a Balder Knight, and it can be quite a strong enemy. They can also drop Titanite shards if you're lucky. This is, in many ways, just a worse shield than the... Why would I... Is the stability better? No, it's worse in like every way. I guess its attacking strength is better, but you won't, again, you won't attack with a Knight shield, so... Yeah. It's still a good shield if you don't happen to have the tower shield that I do, or another shield that you prefer. I didn't actually look at the wooden shield that I picked up in the Undead Burg. It's alright. It might be better than the shield you're currently having. Like, it has 93% physical block, which isn't perfect, but it's not like, terrible. It also takes lightning damage quite well. I should have mentioned that like immediately, but whatever. Oh, what did you drop? Ooh, you dropped a Titanite shard as well. That's lucky. Ooh, there's an item there. I wonder what that is. Might it be one of the most popular weapons in the Dark Souls universe? I don't know, maybe. Anyway, let's go down here, and believe it or not, you'll want to be careful because... Let's see. Yeah, there's a Boulder Knight there. And an Undead Soldier right there. One thing I like to do is... Oh, did I actually trigger it? Oh, I did actually aggro it, and I didn't aggro the Boulder Knight. Dude, that never happens. Okay, I guess I'll deal with it. Wait, what? Okay, so it's not attacking me? This is weird. This never happens. Okay, now I definitely aggro the Boulder Knight. Oops. Yeah, again, this is a very strong knight. It's carrying the rapier, so if you don't buy it from the Undead Merchant, you can still get it, if you're lucky, from one of the Boulder Knights, and they will respawn, so you can just go back, try to kill it, try it again, you know. There's a bunch of them in this area as well, so you'll have a few attempts to get it. Now, we can go two ways. We can either go this way, or we can go this way and get the very popular weapon. I don't know. You know what? No, I will go this way. Because we can get to the other way anyway. Just from inside the church here. That's, Now we're actually in the Undead Parish. And this place is actually home to one of the Bells of Awakening. I don't believe we're gonna ring it today. But at least we got here, so that's good. Now what does this say? Blacksmith ahead. Yes. Fatty? Oh, maybe that's for this way. Okay, for coming that way, yeah. So, if you don't go down to New Londo Ruins, chances are a certain NPC will be the first blacksmith you run into. Tight yeah. A lot of the messages in this game are funny, so you might want to play online just for that alone. So what we're seeing there is we're actually seeing other players. Loser wall ahead. That is a lie. That is very much a lie. Do not trust it. This is not someone we can interact with. And he was actually carrying the Knight Shield. So some people do use it. And it's not a bad shield. It's clearly just as good as our shield. Except for in certain areas. Anyway, this is... Well, I guess I'll let him introduce himself. A lot of people from Astoria in this game. So, like the previous blacksmith that we met in New Londo Ruins, this guy will modify your equipment, but you need special embers. But we can actually... Oh, we can reinforce our Black Knight Sword. That might actually be good for in the future, but because I'm not actually using it yet, I might just improve my battle axe. Yeah, so to actually reinforce your weapon, you will need Titanite shards, or, well, actually, it'll say what you need. And a bunch of souls. Only 200 souls for reinforcement, but the main problem is the Titanite shard. But actually, he sells them, so you can buy a lot, and honestly, you might want to. Very good to have. And I guess I can actually reinforce it again. Can I reinforce it twice? I can. Oh, that's great. So now I have a battle axe that's +3, so now I'll do a lot more damage. Look at that, so good. What else can you do? Yeah, so you can purchase items. The Titanite shards are great for reinforcement, obviously. He also sells a lot of useful stuff. You'll want like all of this, honestly. This way, if you buy the smith boxes and the repair box, you won't have to go to blacksmith to repair your weapons, or you won't have to use repair powders, or you won't have to reinforce weapons at a blacksmith either. You can just reinforce them at the bonfire, which is fantastic. He also sells some items like the battle axe that we actually just got. You can sell the war pick, the cestus, which is like a fist weapon. Very interesting. I've never used it. I might do it at some point. Let's see. He sells the browser. So he sells like a bunch of cool knight stuff. He sells the tower kite shield if you don't have it. The caduceus kite shield. You can basically pick anything you want here. The pike's interesting. Just, I mean, do whatever you want, really. Now, I think I'm done here, though. I don't think I'm going to buy anything else. What I could do... No, you know what? No, never mind. Yeah, don't get yourself killed. Well, I basically look hollow already, but whatever. Let's... How many souls do I have? I would love to use... Oh, I won't have too many souls, will I? Okay, I will buy those things when I have the souls for it. Which I will soon enough, actually, honestly. But yeah, again, you'll want to get that. Just get all of those things, honestly. Like the smith boxes and the repair box. So useful. Just so you don't have to go back to him every time. It's great. Anyway, this way is closed off. For right now. Let's see what's to say. Trap ahead. Actually, I mean, we'll get to that later. But yeah, that's inaccessible for us right now. Yeah, the messages are honestly... Front ahead. The messages are all honestly like great hints. So it's a good idea to like actually... It's a great idea to read them if you're new. The Sigma, another really nice character.
Or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
People keep ringing the bells. Still a popular game even to this day. And if you talk to him again, yeah, he's just gonna say still closed. That's unfortunate. Anyway, I think I've been recording for long enough. I think that's it for today. I think I've shown a lot of stuff though. So you have a choice here. You can either go downwards, go to where Andre was, and actually go this way, or you can go upstairs, go into the church that I basically just ran past. That is what I'm going to do, and that is, I suppose, like the easiest route to go right now. But you do you. That's just how I'm choosing to do this. But I'll do that in the next episode, so thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.